Good morning, folks. Thanks so much for joining me here on Wave Now. I'm Myra Ansari. We are going live to a press conference. It's rather informal. That's happening at the Oddfellows Liberty Hall building on Muhammad Ali Boulevard by 2nd and 3rd. The Omni is proposing to demo a building for a pickleball complex, and some folks are opposing that. Let's listen in.
Structure. Even more concerning, Omni has stated that once this building is demoed, the property will sit vacant for up to 5 years. This is definitely not acceptable for a vibrant downtown. And on top of all of this, we, the taxpayers, are paying Omni $400,000 to demolish this ornate building. This is in addition to the over $140 million we, the taxpayers, have already given to Omni. Omni was to provide several civic benefits for these multi-millions, but thus far has failed to deliver the promised grocery or other amenities. Hundreds of Louisvillians have posted on social media their disapproval of this proposed pickleball development that will demo Liberty Hall. I have handouts with hundreds of these social media posts for your review. In fact, there's over 300 posts on this. We encourage Mayor Craig Greenberg and Metro Council to consider the following options for the Omni development. First, we have prepared 2 concept drawings to illustrate how Liberty Hall can be easily incorporated into this pickleball project. I'll show some sketches here. Or, if Omni is unwilling to repurpose this historic building into its development, we ask the mayor and Metro Council to oppose this pickleball project until Omni can propose a much better quality project. The guests of Omni visit Louisville to see our landmark attractions such as Bourbon Distilleries, Churchill Downs, and the Museum District of West Main Street, not pickleball courts and empty vacant lots. Omni's lobby is filled with historic photos of buildings that no longer exist. We do not want to add Liberty Hall to this demo gallery wall of shame. Liberty Hall has been fully occupied for almost 125 years and was in excellent condition. Since 2019, when Omni vacated it, Omni has allowed it to deteriorate. Let's not demo this wonderful building and let the site sit empty for 5 years. Pickleball may not be as popular in 2030, and then what will happen to this vacant site? We all want a vibrant downtown. Omni, the mayor, Metro Council, and Louisvillians. Let's do the right thing and repurpose Liberty Hall into this proposed development. Thank you for listening to our vision for a vibrant downtown Louisville. Questions?
Well, you guys have a little bit of history with this building, right?
That's correct.
And all the way to the Supreme Court.
That's correct.
Metro Council stripped it of its historic status. But this is still going to the Downtown Development Overlay Review District Committee. What do you think's next?
Well, again, we taxpayers have a vested role in this building. We're paying for this, okay? Not Omni. Omni's not paying for it. It's us, the taxpayers. So if you're a taxpayer, I ask you to contact the mayor and Metro Council to ask them to either repurpose the building or disapprove this pickleball court development.
What are your opinions about the greenery in the city? A lot of people that live downtown say this is the only greenery in a concrete jungle.
We have a lot of vacant lots in this downtown. Make other greenery spaces if we need those. This downtown, unfortunately, has a lot of vacant buildings, vacant lots. We should not be making more vacant lots. And by the way, Omni is proposing to take up the greenery anyways. I mean, they're doing something else with it as well.
Could you explain the option that you've talked about moving the building?
Okay, yeah, we propose several options. One is to leave it as is and repurpose it within their development, or move it to the corner at 2nd and Muhammad Ali. If you look at the Omni proposal, they're building a new building there on this corner. We can take that $400,000 and move that building over just to that corner. Let's use our taxpayer money wisely. Let's just move the building. Let Omni use this as their food court, is what they're basically doing, is building a food court. let's use this as their food court if they want to.
You all discussed with the Metro Council, the mayor's office, these proposals,
We've not sent it to them. I have had conversations with several council people. They're on board with what we're proposing, but we'll just see how that all shakes out. But we have had, I know one council member in particular is very active against what Omni is proposing.
did you say those council members are?
No, but they posted it on Facebook.
This building lost its historic status a couple years ago. It seems like a lot of buildings are happening like that here in Louisville. What's your reaction to that?
Again, the Louisville Visitor and Convention Bureau recently published a survey of why visitors come to Louisville. 3 of the top 5 reasons they come to Louisville is to visit our historic attractions here. And we should not be removing the historic properties that our visitors, that Omni's people are coming to see. Makes no sense. And we, the taxpayers, are funding it.
Steve, other than calling on the mayor and Metro Council, do you have any other avenues that you're considering?
Well, as mentioned, we did lose at the Kentucky Supreme Court, which mainly was not so much the historic nature of the building, but it was more procedural in nature, if you will. It was more process, not so much the merits of the building. So, no, we call, the only avenue at this point is the mayor and the council. Again, going back to their 2014 agreement with Omni saying we want a prominent development here. Why are we building suburban pickleball courts in downtown Louisville? Why are we doing a suburban project in the heart of downtown? It's crazy.
Talking about pickleball courts not being right for the space, what would be a better use for it?
Well, there's been a variety. In fact, Omni proposed something back in, 2016, 2017. You can go back and look for it. They proposed a huge theater sort of complex, a big venue here that they had proposed. So they had proposed a much broader development back in those days, and even development prior to that envisioned residential structures here.
You said that this building has been operational for 125 years. What is it doing now? What has it done in the past?
Omni vacated it in 2019. Once they built their new tower, they were using, well, in fact, this building, it's hosted a variety of things since 1895. But more recently, the city was using it for various functions. Then Omni, when they were building their tower, they used it as staging for their construction folks. But since 2019, it's been vacated, boarded up, and we've been challenging it in court for the last 5 or so years.
Any fun facts about it you want to share?
Well, one of the best fun facts is the ballet. The Louisville Ballet love this building. In fact, we get a lot of ballet support because they up on the upper floors was a huge auditorium, and they use that for their ballet. And so all the ballet folks, if you support the Louisville Ballet, they support us in trying to save this building.
Steve, I'm sorry, can you clarify? So, Metro Council and the mayor, you guys are discussing, planning to discuss this with. Remind us again, it's in the DDRO process?
That's correct.
What is in the DDRO process? And once they make a decision, does that go to the council?
Yeah, that I am uncertain of, Marcus. I've been out of that process for some time. But yeah, I would take it. It would then go to council, and then the mayor has to sign off on it, I would think. But you can ask them on that.
Is this building up to code? I know in 2019, Omni said that this might affect water quality at their facility.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. No, it's again, most vacant buildings, when they tried to demolish them, have had severe deterioration. They were structurally ready to collapse. In fact, it's very rare for the Louisville Historical League to try and save a well-maintained building. Normally, we're trying to save a building that's about ready to fall down, and people are saying, why are you trying to save such a deteriorated building? This one's in great shape, and they want to tear it down.
Have you had any contact with Omni?
We've had numerous folks and us trying to get through to Omni. They just turned a blind eye to all of this. Yeah, again, but if you go in their lobby, they love historic buildings. Just go inside their lobby. They have all these beautiful black and white photographs of these beautiful historic buildings that once were in downtown Louisville, and they've all demolished them. And again, why would they have put historic buildings in their lobby for? Because they know their guests like seeing that stuff, right? And so they're going to still do a demo this stuff? Makes no sense to me.
Can you give us a brief overview of what you want to do with this space?
Well, what we would like to see happen is obviously repurpose the building inside the Omni. If Omni still wants to do pickleball courts, which I'm still not in favor of, but if they still want to do it, at least repurpose the building as their food court and either keep it where it is or move it down. And by the way, the sketches that I've shown here, I do not eliminate anything that Omni is proposing. All of their activities, all of their layout is still in my proposal. It's just that I'm taking their food court and putting it inside this building and not creating a new building.
Do this with Diana White real quick and show us off the sketches you have. So just hold them up.
Okay. Sorry, I'll try to.
Television is thank you, Steve.
Okay, sorry. Does that be okay? Is that okay, I hope?
I'm good.
Okay.
Everybody else.
Well, anyways, I want to thank y'all this afternoon or morning for coming out to see this. Wish we hadn't go to this length on all of this. We were hoping Omni would be good neighbors to Louisville. After we've given them $140 or $150 million of our taxpayer money, and we're about ready to give them another $400,000, you would think they would listen to us. But they just take us for granted here in Louisville. They don't care for us, and that's all I can say.
What's the whole purpose of the building being, once it's demolished or whatever they decide to do, it has to be vacant, properly vacant for 5 years. Why is that?
Excellent question. In fact, council just last week passed to allow any development that's proposed a 5-year window before they can actually build it, which makes no sense to me either. Why would you propose a development and then wait? I'm an architect, by the way. The clients that I had, I'm retired now, by the way, the clients I had wanted things built as soon as we could, what they were most upset with, my clients, were it took so long to get through City Hall, the approval process. Now we're giving them 5 years to build something?
They could say 5 years, maybe pickleball isn't a thing.
Exactly.
Maybe they build something else.
Exactly. They can clear this site, say 5 years from now. Omni says, well, we don't want anything here. We're going to sell the site for several $1 million. We as the taxpayer are now out $400,000, $140 million. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in 5 years, I'll take anyone's bet on this to see whether or not pickleballs are actually built here. Yeah, I may not be around in 5 years, so that's a safe bet for me. Okay, well, I thank y'all very much.
Just for our digital, can you say your name, spell it, and your official position?
Sure, Steve Weiser, W-I-S-E-R, President of the Louisville Historical League. Thank you. Gary, you want to turn that off? Thank y'all very much, and hopefully that made sense.
It does.
All right, folks, thanks for staying with me. Some of you have been inquiring what this is about. It's about this structure over here, the Odd Fellows Liberty Hall building on Muhammad Ali Boulevard. The Omni Hotel is proposing to demo this building for a pickleball complex. Wave News reporter David Mattingly is on this story today. The preservation group that is I've been involved in this. They're opposing the demo of this building. They felt like pickleball is not something maybe that would be as popular as it is right now down the road. So David Mattingly is probably going to have much more coming on this later today, getting a reaction from the Omni as well and city leaders. So just wanted to bring this stream to you live here on Wave Now. They're getting some video of it, but this is the building that they're referencing. Again, it's located Liberty Hall off of Muhammad Ali Boulevard. We'll have more on this story coming up later here on Wave News. I'm Myra Ansari. Have a great day.